Oh, hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. My name's Jonas, it's a Wednesday, happy hump day. We have got a full day's worth of brilliant shows planned for you today, and we are kicking it off with a wonderful masterclass looking at some of our interchangeables creator cards. It's going to be an amazing show. There's absolutely loads of other great stuff on the show as well. Get yourself over to the website craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu and get yourself shopping ahead, because remember, you can watch and shop at the same time over there. Now, I am not alone. Oh no, of course not. The Queen of Crafts Companion herself is here. How are you, Sara?
Oh, very good, and really excited about doing this show because I know most of you watching out there will probably have at least one of these. We've done a couple of big launches of these recently with our Christmas and our everyday. So I was hoping this is something that most of you will have so that I can show you loads of techniques. I've got way too many demos planned for what we're going to be able to get through, because with these creator cards, you can do the most simple cards, like these ones here, where you're literally just going to cut into the front of a card and it's going to make a super quick and easy one. I'm going to show you some super quick and easy ones. Or we can go way more advanced, like when you do an easel card, where the whole easel is actually the creator card. I'm going to teach you all of these. Let's have a look. I've got some, do you want to see what I've got planned? And then you can tell me what you want to do first. I thought I could teach you how to put them into the lids of some of your boxes. I thought we could learn how to do diorama cards with these sort of designs. Gift bags, I've got some beautiful gift bags we can do. I've got like dome-fronted cards that we can be looking at how to do. Stepper cards, shaker cards. So you tell me what it is that you want to learn first, and I can walk you through all of these techniques. We've got 2 hours. It is a full-blown masterclass. So if there's something you want to know about these, today is your day to ask. Don't keep quiet. Got me pointing your finger out. Don't keep quiet. Make sure you ask Joe in the comments, and we'll do like an impromptu crafty clinic. Is that a good idea?
I think that sounds like a wonderful idea. Any questions you've got, of course, get them into us. I do know that a lot of you have already got these collections as well. If you have, and you've been making fabulous projects, I'd love you to send me in some of your pictures, and you can do that by emailing me, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Details there are along the bottom of the screen. Any questions that you've got as we go through this masterclass, I am monitoring the conversation over on the Crafters TV Facebook page. So join me there for a little bit of a natter as we go through this show as well. Astrid is here as much as the tune reminds me of circus music, waiting for the fun to start. It's quite jolly, isn't it, the music for masterclass. Loads of regulars in. I can see Mariah's here, June, Barbie, Sarah's here in Melbourne as well. Loads of you saying hello. I'd love to see what you are working on. Stephen says you look fabulous today. Love that dress, Sara. It is a lovely dress.
Oh, you know, this old thing, Joe. This old thing.
Right, should we dive in and have a look at what's coming up then? Because of course, we've got some fantastic creator cards for you. Now they are interchangeable, and this is so important because what it means is you come to us normally and we charge you $19.99, $24.99 in pounds for one of our creator cards, and they are great value for money, but you would just get one. This is really like we're giving you 3 for the price of 1, which is fantastic. And then we're only charging you for 3 and sending you 4 too. So what you've got is this lovely, really gorgeous trellis detail around the outside here. What you've got then are 3 different sentiments that go in there. So this one has congratulations. It also has you're invited, and it's also got enjoy your special day. So that's that one there. This is the trellis one. That was the elegant frame one you just saw there. This one here has got your thank you. It also has celebrate, and it has thinking of you as well. So 3 very clear, defined different ways of using this. The next one we've got for you is the flower frame. Really love this. Floral's always so popular. And this one has best wishes, happy birthday, and just for you. And then finally, the 4th one in here is your heartfelt frame. Love it. You've got those roses there. You've got that love heart. You've got all my love, love you, and sending lots of love. So they are your 4 different die collections that you're going to get in there. Really giving you what, 12, no more than that, giving you 12 different dies for the price of 4, but we're only charging you for 3. Really great deal on that. £75 if you want to get that in the UK, $90 if you want to get your hands on that over in the US. It's going to be very busy on those. I would also want to tell you as well about our Christmas ones. Now, Christmas isn't far away in crafty terms, and if you want to be in a position where you're going to be able to get hold of all 3 of these, then I think today might need to be the day for this. We have already had a sellout of one of these, so the best way to get the best value is to get the 3 that we have for you. This one here, this is your interchangeable holly frame that you can see, and within that one you're getting Deck the Halls. You're also getting as well It's the Season, 'Tis the Season, and you're getting Jolly Holiday in there as well. 3 really lovely, usable Christmas sentiments. This one is actually my favourite. This is the interchangeable star frame, and you can see here you're getting Peace on Earth. You're also getting Star of Wonder and Joy to the World as well. And then finally, the 3rd one that you're getting in here is your tree, and in this one you're going to get Merry Christmas, Season's Greetings, and Happy Holidays. $59.97 or $79.17 gets you those 3. Now we've got another very special offer available to you over on the website, where you can actually mix and match, not just with these 3, but you can do it across all of them. So the 4 everyday ones and the 3 Christmas ones that we have remaining, you can get any 2 of them for $42.50 or £55, which is brilliant. There's also pigment inks on the show. Already been very, very busy before we came live with you today. Lots of you shopping ahead on the ink pads. There is a slightly smaller collection available for you, which is a 13-piece collection. However, everyone thus far is seeing the value and going for the larger collection, because you get 29 ink pads in here for £100. We've got some of those best-selling colours already. A 5th of the stock of the opaque ink pads has gone. It's £100 or $140. Platinum members, you'd pay £80 or $112 if you wanted to get these. So fantastic value for money. I'll run you through the colours in a little bit more detail as we go through the show, but I know that you guys are excited as I am to see Sara's first demonstration, so let's crack on with that.
Oh, look at that, straight into it. Yes, I've actually got, just before I do my first demo, just to really show and explain that concept to you, okay? So I take, for example, the Christmas tree one, and every one of them works in the same way. This is the die set, and when you open this up, you'll see in the collection, you get the outer die, you get 3 of these different options to change inside, and then you also get the outer frame if you want to cut it out. Now, when you're looking at that, so here is one that gives you the Season's Greetings. This one here is giving you the Happy Holidays option with it. Look how different it looks by changing out that sentiment in the middle. And then the 3rd option in this set gave you the Merry Christmas. So you can see 3 totally different dies from that one outer design. And actually it's 4, because you could use just the outer design on its own if you wanted to as well. So that's kind of explaining how it works. However, I think it's when you see how easy it is. Now, creator cards are there's two special types of dies that we're really well known for all over the world, John. That's our creator cards and our edgeables. I've done 3 or 4 masterclasses now on the edgeables because you guys just can't get enough of them because there's so many fantastic techniques you can do. It's exactly the same with our creator cards. We are literally known all over for them, and I'm going to try and get through as many different techniques today as we possibly can, showing you different ways you can do them. But I'm going to start with the very easiest one. So I'll just get this put away. I'm trying to keep organised, you see, because I know we've got a whole 2 hours. Let me just show you. If I open this one up, this is my holly frame. And if you have a little look from the overhead, you can have a good look here. So there is my frame. You can see all of the holly detail, beautiful. And then that little bow there. Now, what's clever about these, you see, if I show you this up close, can you see right here? The J doesn't actually connect to the edge. I'll move this out the way so you can kind of see it a little bit clearer at the end. Same with the holly here. It's got no connected to the outside edge, which means when we use this inside our frame here, the actual design, so can you see this here? The actual design stays connected. So that's the 'Tis the Season one. If we just reference this here, you can see it stays connected in the inside, here at the holly leaves, at the top of the 'Tis, at the end of the S and the bottom of the flourish here. So it stays connected in all of these points, which is what makes it so very, very clever. So if you want to do a nice and easy card like this one here that we're doing, all we're going to do is you're going to start off with a base piece of cardstock. So I've just taken this, and this is, I've done it exactly as like a 5.5 inch square. I'm showing you up on the top, you can't quite see we're out there. And that's because these dies are 5 inches each. So I've gone just slightly larger than each one. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this onto the base here. So you can see that's going to cut into the front. And then let's do the deck the halls this time, right? So we put deck the halls in, and it's either this way so that you're opening with the left hand side, or we can turn it round if we want to do it this way, and we can cut the die in this way if we want a top opening card. But the important thing is get your design where you want it, and then I'm going to get a little bit of tape, Joe, and just hold it in place. Now there's 2 dies to hold in place. You're going to hold the outer die in place, and I don't want to rip my cardstock, so I'm going to be ever so gentle with this, right? It's much easier for me to kind of tape it in place and show you. The other option is that instead I could use the magnetic mat to hold it in place. Problem is then, you see, you can't really see what I'm doing. So I'm trying to do it the best way to show the camera as opposed to how I would maybe do it at home if I was doing it, if that makes sense. Now, let's have a little look. We're going to open this up because you don't cut through 2 layers. You only cut through the first layer. So I'm going to pop this on my base design, on my base cutting plate like this. You can just slightly offset it ever just a tiny little bit so that it eases into the machine gently. You want your clear cutting plate on the top. Let's have a look, make sure I'm not easing too much in the plate. There we go. Clear cutting. Then you want your magnetic on top of that. Then you want your other clear cutting plate, and we're ready to go through the machine. And they've got a nickname, these dies. They get called the one-pass wonders because literally one pass through your die cut machine is going to do all of the work for the whole card in one go. They're brilliant, especially your Christmas ones for like last minute Christmas cards. So
Snooze Sonia, just got these yesterday, can't wait to work with them today. Ruth's also saying from Wisconsin, Sarah, can we take a moment to appreciate the new packaging for the dies? I love it so much more than the blister packs that we used to do before. Lots of love for that new packaging. Oh,
I'm really pleased that people like it, and it's nice to get all the ideas on there. Now I've got a bit of a mess here, Joe. I'm just going to sweep it on the floor and we'll deal with that later. You can use your die brush if you want to get any extra pieces out, but actually I'm going to be ever so gentle. Oh, pokey tool.
Now, the pokey tools are back in stock.
Is that right?
So
I think Craig's had my pokey tool.
If you struggle finding yours, you'll be able to get it. Also, the die brush is on this show as well if you want to get that. And the craft knife's on there. So we've got you covered, really, on all bases today.
Look at that. It didn't even take much poking out. Now that, you can see it, but it's hard to see at the moment. Well, you don't need to do an awful lot to it. 2 top tips for you here, okay? First one is, soon as you put a piece of cardstock in a different colour, look at that, it just makes it jump up off the page. So I'm going to just use my all-purpose, because this is brilliant if you want a really strong stick but a little bit of manoeuvrability, Joe. So I believe we've got the all-purpose on the show today as well.
We do indeed. It's coming along with the 3D glue gel that's got the tools with it as well, which is fantastic. So 650 or 650 or 1350 if you want to get hold of it. It's great that we've got so many of our glues in stock at the moment, because I know we really struggle to keep them in stock.
Well, that brilliant one there, the other one there, when we do the glue gel with the tools is basically, it comes with this syringe. So can you see with mine, I've just decanted some of the glue into the syringe, and you'll see later on in the show when I need to come and top it up. And then all you do, you see that glue gel is perfect. Oh, don't tell me you've gone. Right, there we go. Glue gel is perfect just to stick this onto the base there. Now, that looks all right. However, it's still not jumping out as much as I would like it to. So, little bit of a tip for you, okay? Let's get this one here, our Deck the Halls that we've used. And actually, if I can pop all these bits out, yes, I can still use the tape that's on there. Now, if I want it to really stand out, look at this, just get yourself another piece of coloured cardstock. So I'm going to hold that on place there. We'll send this through the machine, and I'm using today the large Gemini machine with my Gemini Junior plate, and it's literally just because I want to show everybody how you could use both. So all of these dies, we made them 5 inches so that they will perfectly fit through your Gemini Junior machine really comfortably, okay?
Lots of people talking about how they've used these already and how much they love them, Sarah. So I'm expecting an influx of pictures from our lovely viewers today. Remember,
I would hope so.
studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them into.
This really shows that connection that I was talking about, Joe, really, really well. And actually, you could be using all of these sentiments on their own in other ways. So if you just wanted to do like nice box lids and cut them in, you absolutely could. So
Julie over on Facebook's asked, is there any way to use these with gift bags, these dies?
Oh, yes. I might have a demonstration planned with a gift bag. Would you like me to do that next?
Yes, please, because Julie would love some inspiration. So yeah, and that's the deal today, isn't it, Sarah? If you guys ask and it's possible, then we will do it for you. So make sure you get all your requests into me. I'm monitoring that conversation, remember, over on the Crafters TV Facebook page today. That's looking beautiful.
Well, I'm just snipping those off really nice and neat. So I'm really comfortable with how that's snipped off. Then what I'm going to do is I've got a little Xyron under here, which I do appear to have. All I'm going to do is send this through the Xyron. Oh, I've got another great tip for you if you're using your Xyron, okay? So I'm going to use my Xyron, and instead of rubbing and peeling it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send that through my Gemini. So you know how it says rub and peel technology, and you have to give it a good rub and you don't want the bits of glue anywhere? After you've sent it through your Xyron, send it through your machine. It's another 10 seconds, but what you'll see now is when I come to peel this off, we won't get any of the extra adhesive where we don't want it. So we've just got that adhesive there. This all peels off perfectly, right? And then that is going to go over top of where we've got all these bits here. So you've got the now you can either line it up perfectly, or you can slightly offset it if you wanted to have like a little shadow on it, whichever you prefer. I quite like them lined up perfectly. But look how much nicer that looks. Doesn't this really stand out when you've got the gold on there? And can we just appreciate that we've made a whole Christmas card from scratch? No, here's the one I prepared earlier, here's something I've already cut out. All I'd done was literally folded the card and tied the bow, but that is a 3-minute make. So when you're doing your Christmas cards, think about this, 3-minute make, or those of you that are making and selling, not only are they quick, but they also look really effective. So you could do, you know, some people like make little packs of cards for people. You could make a pack of 10 of these cards and sell a little box of 10 cards as giftables, or give them to your friends to give away as Christmas cards. Tell you what, they are the top end. When it comes to Christmas cards, they are really top end. Right, I'm going to get tidied up, Joe. I'm going to get sorted. A gift bag, your wish is my command. We'll do that next.
Wonderful. That's for the lovely Julie Thomas. I think that's a new segment. You know, it could be Sarah's 3-minute makes. I think that could be a new part of the show, don't you? We challenge Sarah to do a 3-minute make from scratch, nothing pre-prepared. I think that could be great fun. We'll add that to the list of ideas. Loads of you chatting away. Mariah's saying she's got so many Brendas on their way. Sarah, that she's not going to know what to do with them all. That's code words for parcels being on their way. She's not ordering ordering products, of course. You're just
it.
ordering spray booths. That's what you're doing. Of course it is. Right, very, very busy across both collections. Let me share them again with you. Let me share with you the Christmas ones first, because you guys absolutely... I love these. These are the ones that you've just seen there with Sara. So what I love about them is they're very, very usable designs and sentiments, which is great. So you've got the Christmas tree, firstly, and in there you've got Merry Christmas, seasons greetings, and Happy Holidays. A lot of people I've seen playing around a lot with that Happy Holidays one, coming up with some very creative ideas for using it. The next one that you've got here is the holly frame. This is beautiful. Remember, you can use these as well to spritz through. You could use this as a stencil if you wanted to. You've got in here Deck the Halls, 'Tis the Season, and Jolly Holly Day. And then finally, this one here is your star one. So you've got Peace on Earth, Star of Wonder, and Joy to the World as well. I love the star one. I think it's a really, really beautiful, beautiful design. $59.97 or $79.17 to get both sets, all three sets there, I should say. Really giving you 9 different options when it comes to creating your cards. We've also got for you the Everyday Collection too, which is fantastic. So you're going to be able to use these all the year through. And in here, what you've got firstly, this is your interchangeable heartfelt frame that you can see there. And you've got Love You, Sending Lots of Love, and also All My Love there on that one. This one is your interchangeable elegant frame, which has You're Invited, Enjoy Your Special Day, and Congratulations. This is your most popular one so far. This one here is your interchangeable trellis frame, and you've got Celebrate, Thinking of You, and Thank You. And then the final one that you're getting in there is your interchangeable flower frame. Happy Birthday, Just For You, and also Best Wishes. If you want to get those 4 together, you can, £75 or $90. The other great thing is you can mix and match across both ranges as well. So if you want to get maybe one of the Christmas ones and one of the everyday ones, absolutely you can. 2 for £42.50 or $55. Remember, you can get your Club Inspire discount off of your purchase here, no matter which configuration you're going for, the everyday, the Christmas, or you're choosing to mix and match. Very busy for the ink pads. A lot of these went before the show. The great thing is as well, what we're starting to see coming back through is a lot of the colours that we didn't have for a while. So the pigment ink pads, we've got pretty much a full complement to choose from now. So it means that we can give you all of the top selling colours that are within there. So you'll notice in here, you've got a really vast array of colours. I'm not going to go through them all, but you've got your purples in here, you've got those warmer yellows, you've got your oranges, your reds, your browns, your greens, your blues. You've got a real bit of everything in there, which is fantastic. £100 or $140 if you want to get a really comprehensive collection. I know some people collect these for years to get a collection anywhere near this size. Everyone saves £44.71 in the UK or $43.75 in the US. However, Platinum members, you save $64.71 or $61.75. So it really, really is fantastic value. However, you're getting hold of those, so make sure you don't miss them. Can I give you a heads up on some other stuff that's on the show that we don't often see all that much here on Crafters TV? This is a lovely embellishment collection. In here, what you've got is 6 pots of our glitter there. You've also got some of the Crafty Fun ribbons and some of our vintage lace ribbons as well. So it's a really gorgeous little embellishment collection for you. £14.50 or $19 if you wanted to get your hands on that. Now, something else that I know is super, super busy, and again, I think it's just because they were out of stock for so long, is the finger daubers. Perfect to use with your pigment ink pads. Perfect to use with all your ink pads, to be fair. $19.50 or $26. You're getting 40 of those in there, which is brilliant. And Sara's got her set to hand, which is not surprising with our pigment ink pads.
They're brilliant. You're going to see me using them in this next demonstration. Actually, I've decided if we're going to go whole, we're going to do a gift bag, we're going to do a gorgeous gift bag. That's the end of that. So yes.
Wonderful. Don't miss out on those whilst we've got them here in stock right now. Something else that you guys are loving, not surprisingly, with so many of you going for the ink pads in this show, are the storage trays. You're going to get 2 times the 6-piece collections here. So that's enough to store all of your ink pads, £25 or $37. You can stack these up on top of each other. They cascade back. You can slot them side by side. There's loads of different ways that you can configure those to make them work for your storage space. We've also got an Inkpad Essential Tools bundle for you on the show as well. This one, you get the square blending tool, the refills, the matte and the brayer there as well, $19.50 or $24. We also have that die brush and foam pad in stock for you too, $4.99 or $9.95 if you want to grab hold of that one. We've got the craft knife available for you. This one here, $5.50 or $8.50. You get the craft knife itself with an extra 5 replacement blades, which is fantastic. And then finally, last but absolutely by no means least, we've got the Call-Out all-purpose glue. That's coming together with the 3D glue gel as well, £6.50 or $13.50 if you want to go for that one. Very busy. The Everyday, I believe, is your favourite at the moment. Remember, you get all 4 of them for that incredible price of £75 or $90. Remember, you can mix and match as well with the Christmas collections if you want to. Right, I know Julie's going to be very excited now, ready for your next demonstration, Sarah.
Oh yes, gift bags, gift bags. So this is the one that I saw done with our Christmas design that I've taken inspiration from, but I'm going to do this with the everyday design. So bear in mind, you can do this with every one of these interchangeable sentiments. So let me show you, we're going to go right from the beginning, okay? I'm going to do it in craft card. So I'm starting with some A4 craft card, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just mark this at 8, I'm going to trim it to 8 inches. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a mark at 8 inches. And I'm going to bring this in and trim it to 8 inches wide. So there we go, trimming it to 8 inches. So that's my 8 inches. So I guess it's 8 inches this way and just over 8 inches this way, okay? Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pop it on here first. We're going to get our scoring tool. And I want you to score a 5 3/4. Now the reason we're going 5 3/4 is, remember, each one of these dies, I pinch one of these out, right? So I'm going to use this lovely love heart. This is going to be 5 inches wide. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of space. So I'm going to go 5 3/4 and we're going to come all the way down to the bottom. So 5 3/4, right? And then I want the gussets on the side. So I'm going to score another inch. So I'm going to go at 6 3/4. 6 3/4 here and 7 3/4. So that is my like little gusset on the side, and then I've got a little bit of a gluing flap on here. Then I'm going to turn it around this way, and I want it 6 inches along this way, right? So it's a little bit deeper. So I'm going to go to 6 inches, and then basically you're going to have the little bit that's left. And then watch what we're going to do, Joe. We're going to cut off. So we're going to cut up here first of all. This is the base, remember. And then we're going to cut this off, but I'm going to leave myself a little gluing flap. So when you leave a little gluing flap, you see, you just kind of cut it out like this. Can you see? So there is that's the shape that we're going to work to. And then if you want, what I do sometimes like to do is put a little marker in here. So this is, if I just come, this was at 6 inches. If I just come up to 5 inches, kind of in the middle here, right? And then I'm just going to keep that 5 inches in. I'm just going to score this one down to here. And you see what I'm doing there, just to get a nice like little score line kind of coming down here. There we go. No, a little bit further. Right. Just to put that fold in the bottom. Do you want me to do that one for you again, so you got the measurements again?
Yes,
right?
please.
So let's get another sheet of craft card, because you do need 2 of these. So I'm measuring this to 8 inches. Where's my little pen? So I'm just putting a little 8-inch mark. I'm using my board to just measure where 8 inches is, just because I'm using the little guillotine. So you see the little guillotine only goes up to 6. So I'm going to get that to 8. Then I'm going to trim it down. So we're 8 inches this way and just a little bit longer than 8 inches this way, right? So I'm going to come, hang on, what did I say? We're 8 inches this way. So I'm going to turn that to the side. So we're just a little bit wider than 8 inches going along. That's where we've got our nice little gluing flap. So we came at 5 3/4 and put the score line down. And then we wanted an inch gusset. So we then went to 6 3/4 and 7 3/4. Oh, and put the score line down. And that little bit left on the edge is our gluing flap. Then this way, we come all the way along and we score along 6 inches. And then you're going to leave a little bit of a gluing flap on the bottom here, right? Cut this away. And I like my little gluing flaps to be like this, right? Cut this away there. There's my little one at the side. And then remember, just to help it along, I put like a little marker in here about 1 inch in. And then I'm just going to score this out to the edge. And this doesn't need to be exact. This is just roughly to get a nice bit of a There we go. Nice bit of a feel from that. Okay. So there, that is going to be our box. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all of my work on the front of the box. So I'm going to do my cutting out before I do the assembly. So let's get that lovely die. We're going to use this nice heart-shaped die. I'm just seeing I've got a couple of little bits that haven't been poked out from the last time we used this. So just make sure your die's looking nice and clean. There we go.
Just blame Leanne, Sarah. She normally blames you when you're not here, so...
Is that right?
Yeah,
doesn't
so
surprise me in the slightest.
Just generally, you could just blame Leanne, it's fine.
Right, there we go. Now we've got this in. Do we want it to say sending lots of love, all my love, or love you? I think, because if we're sending somebody a gift, we probably want the sending lots of love, don't we? So all you do is you interchange whichever one you want in there. So I'm going to go sending lots of love, and then a little bit of tape, remember. So you're just going to hold this one in place with a little bit of tape. And most importantly, don't forget to hold the centre one. You want the two of them being held in place perfectly. And that is ready to go through your die cutting machine.
Fantastic. Lots of love for this. Lots of people chatting away in the comments. Sandra would like a stepper card. I'm not sure if one of those is on the agenda today.
We can do a stepper next.
Fantastic.
Literally, keep your requests coming. I will endeavour to do whatever it is you want to see.
Wonderful. Christine's asking as well, can these be foiled, these dies, Sarah?
Yes. You can foil any dies, and any die you've got, you can absolutely foil it. In fact, those sentiments would look fabulous foiled. And remember, you can either, if you watch one of our foil masterclasses, you can either cut them out and foil them, or you can use the outline die to foil like an outline. It'll only foil where the raised up parts of your die are.
Wonderful. And Benita says she thinks a collective noun for a collection of Brendas is a gang of Brendas, and she's got them all on her way to her house. She's letting us know as well. Lots of people sympathising with that in the comments, which is great.
Look at that. Isn't that looking absolutely fantastic? Now, you've got a couple of options of what you do at this stage, Joe. So you can either cut this out separately. So I think I will do. I think I'll take that sending lots of love. Just going to make sure all of your dies cleaned out so that you've got no extra little bits in here. And I'm going to cut one in the gold. So all we do again is get your little sandwich, make up your regular sandwich here, and we're going to send that to your Gemini. But then I'm also going to get those inks out, and I've decided I'm going to do a little bit of inking. I've got all of my inks here. I'm thinking, oh, the heart. Are we going to go? Should I go with my traditional purples, or should we maybe get some of the the reds in here with it being a love heart?
Oh, I do love that Chinese red. Is beautiful. It matches my shirt as well, which is great.
Well, it's as if we planned it. Let's do that then. Right. Remember what I did last time? You just take these and snip them all out, and I'm going to snip them all out, run them through this iron, and then stick this one in place.
Wonderful. I think the thing that strikes me with these, Sarah, really is that value for money, because as we said, before, our creator cards are usually about $19.99, $24.99.
$24.99 each.
Absolutely brilliant value. They really are great value at that price. But with the interchangeable element, I love the fact that you're getting 3 for the price of 1. With the everydays then as well, you're getting 4 and we're charging you for 3, which is fantastic. And the thing that I've seen as well, working in the industry for a while now, is a lot of the time with interchangeable things, Sarah, you can see notches, you can see join marks. It just doesn't look normally as seamless as it was if it was intended. But with these, you would never know that this is an interchangeable die.
And it was, I'll be really honest, it was an absolute ton of work to get to that stage. So what we had to do was work out, and again, it's where you look at it all over top there, you can see all those little connector points. It's the way the outer die is designed and then the way the inner die is designed, so that, you don't need to worry about how the connectors work, but we need to build the strength into them so it's just going to perfectly work. Right, here we go. I'm going to position this right over the space. You're going to lose me because I'm going to have to concentrate, Joe.
No problem whatsoever. I'm just hearing a lot of people going for the multi-buy at the moment. Don't forget, you can mix and match across both collections if you want. So you've got the everyday collection. The best value is in getting the bundles, but if you do want to mix and match, absolutely you can. 2 of these, $42.50, or $55 if you want to get them in that configuration. And remember, you've got in the everyday one there, you've got 12 different sentiments. Of course, in the Christmas one, you've got 9 different sentiments across 4 dies in the everyday and across 3 dies in the Christmas one, which is fantastic. Good to be able to get both as well, because you're going to love them for Christmas, but you're going to then want to use them all the year through. I think otherwise you'd end up making Christmas cards all year with them just because you love them so much. Mariah was saying about these inks as well, Sara. She says you always make such a good point about these, that there's no need for multiple coloured embossing powders when you own these. Mariah's also sent us in a picture of something she's made with them. I think this is a gorgeous card. I love the red on red.
Nice one, Mariah. I'm liking that a lot.
Yeah, I love the colour on colour. I think it's really classy, don't you, Sara? Like the
Really
same colour
nice.
with a different texture. Really brilliant way of using those. Thanks. If you want to send your pictures in, don't forget studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. We would love to see them. Right, what have you decided on a colour, Sara?
Right, I've got the red out, the Chinese red. I've got a bit of Bordeaux. I thought we might mix a little bit of plum in.
Ooh.
Now, you must, if you're going for the opaque pigmenting pads, just stretch that little bit extra and get the Dauber applicators, because here's the thing. I'm going to go into some really fine areas here, and I can only do that because I'm going to have the applicator. In fact, let's be clever. Let's make the roses a completely different colour again. So let's make the roses plum, let's make the heart Chinese red, and then let's bring in some green for the leaves. Look at that, I've completely changed my mind all over again. But watch what you need to do, you see. I'm going to come in with the grasshopper green, pick this up just on my finger, and we can come in and just colour tint just around where we want to. That's what I love about them. You can be really, really precise. You've got all that control literally at your fingertips. Now, if you want to mask off an area, look, I can just come right to the end here. So I can get these ones down here, all coloured in the green perfectly well, without getting it on the rest of my little bag there, Joe.
Wonderful. That's looking absolutely beautiful. Our craft experts absolutely love these finger daubers, Sara. Debbie Fisher was telling me about the first time she saw them at Craftiganza, and she just couldn't get over it. She bought 2 sets. She loved them that much. They've been out of stock for a very, very long time. They're great value as well. You get 40 of them for that price you can see there on your screen. I know a lot of people use these for their pigments. It seems to be the ones that, like Debbie says, she just wouldn't use the pigments basically without these finger daubers. Can you use them with your other ink pads as well?
You can use them with any ink pads you want, Joe. That's the beauty of them. They'll work with all of our different types of ink pads. If you just want like a little bit of small applicator, this is the way to do it. I mean, look how well I've been able to apply just to that one little area there. And it's, I mean, I just don't see, like you said, Debbie said, I don't see how you would do it other than doing it like this. I don't see what other options you've got of how you can, you know, apply tiny little bits of ink like this and get it so perfect.
It just looks beautiful. Great way of doing it. I love that it kind of looks manufactured, doesn't it? The paper when you're finished with it. Karen saying, Joe, you need to be careful. You're going to end up in the law court of Leanne dobbing her in like that. I think I've already been there a few times. I've got previous in the law court of Leanne. Don't worry about that. Anna's absolutely loving your dress, Sara, as well. She says it looks very cute. Lots of love for your dress today.
A lot of love today for it. I'll totally take all of that.
Of course. And a lot of love for Mariah's card. Mariah says, thanks. It was only possible thanks to these demos and the ability to pause, rewind, the demos at a later date. Because remember, you can always do that. Over on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, you can always watch back any of our shows. You can pause, you can rewind, you can do all of that. Very busy on the ink pad collection. Details are there on your screen. 29 pieces, £100 or $140. Platinum members, however, you are going to spend £80 or $112. Everyone's getting that great saving of at least £44 there as well, which is fantastic. I don't think you quite save $140 in the US. We'll get that change. The saving in the US is $43.75. Still great value, all the same. A quarter of the ink pads is actually gone now, so if you want them, especially if you're watching this show back at a later date, definitely be quick for them. Hadn't considered this, you know, Sara, inking sort of different elements of it. And I just presumed if you were going to do that, normally you'd have to mask it off if you had, you know, your blending tool. This makes it so much easier, these daubers, doesn't it?
So much easier, and they're so small. They're brilliant for getting into those little areas. I mean, this will all come to life, I think, when you see kind of the finished one, and it's going to be one of those real wow ones. But you wouldn't imagine that you would be able to do this with ink pads. And bear in mind, because I'm using the opaque pigment ink pads, if I then wanted to go and emboss with this, I could go and emboss straight onto. I could now put some clear embossing powder and we could have a real embossed finish. The opaque pigment ink pads are brilliant for if you're wanting to do embossing. They're brilliant for your colour tinting like this, but they're brilliant as well for blending colours like into each other. So can you see I'm going to, where I was taking the green and I was just going the green into the plum jam colour, it just blends in really nicely, especially when you're using those Dauber applicators. It's perfect to get them in place.
James is asking, what's the difference between the water reactive and the opaque ink pad, Sara?
Right, so your water reactives have a really long open time and they are for doing all of your inky backgrounds in your blending, okay? These opaque pigment ones, these are a completely different kettle of fish. Have I got something rounded here? Yes, let me, oh look, this is going to be clever now, right? I'm going to lift this and I'm going to mask off this area using that bit there, perfect. So your water reactives are what you're going to use for all of your inky backgrounds. These opaque pigments are going to be brilliant for your detailed stamping, or if you're wanting to do something like, I know they look really, really well if you're doing, hey.
Look at that!
Now that, to say that's the waist, that is looking pretty good. Do you know this? We could, if I'd pre-thought of this, we could totally have done something with that, couldn't we?
Imagine picture of you and your loved one in the middle of there as a little frame. That'd look
lovely.
beautiful, wouldn't it?
I might leave that in place for when I do a little bit of the red now. So I was going to come in, should I go with the Chinese red? Yes, nice bright Chinese red. And you see, I was going to just come around the edge of the just to blend all that in together. Yes, I'm absolutely loving this. You've lost it again, Joe.
It's fine, don't worry. You've gone into, well, we need to get, it's a colouring coma. It's an ink pad, I don't know, we'll come up with a word for it. Maxine saying she's going for the Daubers, another purchase today. She didn't think she needed anything, but she's seen those and absolutely needs them. Love the waist as well. A lot of people are saying, Terry, Maxine, all saying the waist looks absolutely amazing on these. This is becoming a very, very luxurious bag. Loving the colours, amazing what you can do with a bit of craft card. There's no waste, it's stunning. Would these, Wendy's saying these would make great stencils as well. Absolutely they would. You've seen there the kind of effect that you can get when you ink through them. You could also put a bit of stick and spray and spritz through these. No reason why, I think, Sara, if you've got our glitter paste, you couldn't paste through these as well.
Absolutely.
With glitter paste or any of your other paste. They are very, very versatile, whether you're using them as they're intended as a die, whether you're using them as a stencil. And remember that the interchangeable sentiments means that you're then getting 3 times the amount of use for each one of those creator card dies, which is beautiful.
Right, there we go. There's my background. Shall I put it on the white again so you can see it?
Yes, please.
There's all the colour. Now, do you know what I think will really make that stand out? I've got a little bit of our Garden of Love acetate that I'm going to stick behind. Now, when you want it to stick really, really well all over, do you know a brilliant tip I've got? Do it with your spray booth. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just I'm going to pop this in here and I'm going to mask off a couple of these areas where we don't want our adhesive to go. So I'm going to mask off here and I'm also going to mask off down here. Let's just fold you over so that I can get you in there, right? So I'm going to mask off down, oh maybe I can get it all in, mask off down there, right? So I've got that there, can you see? So we've got our, there we go. We've got that area and I'm going to use my stick and spray, my permanent adhesive, and I'm going to give it a spray all over the back, Joe, so that we get plenty of like spray adhesive so that every last little bit will stick to that vellum. We don't get any, because what I don't like is, it's the same with acetate, I don't like it where you get some bits that haven't quite stuck down because you've only put like double-sided tape around the outside. That's one of those points of difference that's going to make your cards look really professional as opposed to them just looking nice and lifting up. So watch it. Oh, Craig, I didn't want you to go. Oh, you're going to have to go down there now. I didn't want that to stick there at that point. I'm thinking, I'm not going to do that.
You were very decisive there, Sara, I was thinking.
Yes, that wasn't meant to go there like that, but we'll get there. Look, it's perfect on the back. Now that is looking spectacular on the back there, isn't it?
Does look absolutely beautiful. Angela's saying, Joe, when I was making my samples, I had to make the individual flowers. I had to mask them off because I didn't have the Daubers. It took ages definitely get the Daubers if you want to do this technique, is what Angela's saying. I couldn't agree more with you.
Right. I am just going to literally fold this over and assemble this together now, Joe.
Wonderful.
So I'm just going to do some
Astrid says you're having
sticking.
an inky intervention. That's what we need to call it when you are doing your... we've lost you with the ink pads. Absolutely. Sonia said she's got some pastes in her mystery bag, so she's really looking forward to using those through these as well. Very busy suddenly on the Christmas ones. I'll run you through all the different options again in a few minutes' time. But remember, you can get all of the Christmas ones, the 3 of those that we have for you as a bundle, the 4 everyday ones as a separate bundle, or you can mix and match across the 2 different sets if you want as well. And when you do that, you can get any 2 for £42.50 or £55. Remember, our creator cards are great value all the time. But what these give you is 3 times the options, because you've got the 3 interchangeable sentiments that you're able to mix and match in there as well. So when it comes to versatility, I think these are pretty unbeatable, especially at this kind of price. Very busy for the finger daubers, also really, really busy also for those ink pads too. So make sure you are stocking up on both of those, especially whilst we've got all of those fabulous colours in stock.
John, an absolute nightmare. You find all my gear.
Is there anything I've got over here? No, I can help you. I mean, it's a miracle we've still got tape pens, but
we've only just still got tape pens.
Soon, I can tell you, it's going to be very, very soon. I haven't seen you make a this kind of style of project before, you know,
Gift
Sarah.
bag before. No, I don't think I've ever made one here on Crafters TV.
Yeah.
You know, I can't think when I've ever made one live for people to see. So it's quite nice to do something a little bit different, and it's quite nice to do it from scratch. And do you know what I've done, Joe? Because I saw the gift bag in the samples before, and I preempted that somebody might ask me to do this as a demonstration. So what I have done is all the sizes that I gave, I've actually written the sizes out and done it as a download on the website.
Oh, really? Fantastic.
Yes. So if you go to the website, you will find in the download section, you will see, do you want me to show you the sheet that I've done? You'll see this sheet.
Wonderful.
Where I've put all the sizes on for you, 5 3/4, 1 inch, little glue and flap or whatever, and on the bottom there. So if you go and get that is in, you go to downloads, go to the website, then go to the download section, and then you'll find within the download section, you'll see there's a section for Crafters TV, and within there is a masterclass section, and this is the only thing in there. So you can't go, well, if you get that far, you can't go wrong. Right, let's have a look. A little bit of, nice bit of glue. Now, notice I'm double gluing the bottom over because I want this to stick really, really well. So I'm going to glue that along there. And actually, that's a little bit wider. Do you know what this will be? You know where I cut the card to where 8 inches, I should have just cut it to 8 inches square. Because that looks like the difference between 8 inches and the edge of a piece of card. Right, there we go. And then all you're going to do is, the little bit that I hate, is the threading through with a ribbon and sticking your ribbons on the inside. And we've got some of those lovely ribbons on the show, actually, Joe.
Yes, we do.
Because I guess people would want to... It's just nice to have a bit of an embellishment set. We do so much in the way of tools and hardware and whatnot. We don't have much in the way of embellishments on the shows quite often, so I thought it'd be nice to put a nice little bundle together for today's show.
Mariah saying thank you so much for the download. A lot of people talking about Brenda in the comments. Hadn't seen her for a few days. People getting concerned about her, but she's back. Sarah, people saying maybe she needs a bit of a she needs a bit of a facelift. Yeah. Johnny's saying she's on short shifts. Maybe she's got a union or something now. I'm not sure, but yeah, she hasn't been here very much with us.
For those of you that don't know, Brenda is the nickname that we've given to our lovely little spray booth. So when I'm demonstrating, quite often when I was demonstrating, what I would do is I can't.
You get a free Brenda with every order, don't you, Sarah?
You did. Every large order, as long as you order plenty and it has to come to you in a box, we'll send you a free Brenda. So there you go. There's my gift bag. I'm going to stick those inside, and then there is our little gift bag ready and done. But yes, Brenda that I was telling you about, here she is. So just because I didn't want to get spray all over my table, I literally just cut one of our boxes down. I have put a nice, I put an insert at the bottom because she got very sticky at the bottom, and then I can clean this down with my stick away regularly, and that's just when I'm doing projects like this where you need a nice bit of stick behind.
I think it's amazing.
So, yeah, but there is our lovely finished gift bag, and I just think having that colour on the front has made all of the difference with that one.
What are you putting in there?
It would be nice, wouldn't it? So with some sending lots of love. So I'm just going to stick these last pieces down and that is done. And I think that is a lovely little project.
Really, really beautiful. Julie says, Joe, please thank Sara for this demo. It's brilliant. It was Julie that requested it. Not seen a gift bag made before, so jotted all the details and we'll make some this afternoon. It's beautiful. Thank you, Sara. Please send us some pictures, Julie, once you've done that. We would love to see them. Wendy saying, yes, thank you so much for the download template. Gonna go off and grab that now. I'll be making some of these later. And Cindy Sue says, thanks as well. You think of all the factors, which is why we all love you. So thank you. Talking about that template there as well. Now, a couple of different ways of getting hold of these, of course. 2 different options for you on the show. You've got your everyday ones, which are these ones just here. Let me just guide you through what you're getting in here, because as I said before, you are getting, of course, a creator card die, but the great thing is about them that you've got the interchangeable elements. So it's basically like you're getting 3 of them, and I don't think you would ever, your recipient would ever realise that you've used an interchangeable die. It's not like some interchangeable dies where you end up with notches or bits that don't really look like they make a lot of sense. With these, this looks like it is created as the die was intended, which is brilliant. You've got your interchangeable heartfelt frame here. That's got love you, sending lots of love, and all my love. This one just here, this is your interchangeable elegant frame. With this one, you've got you're invited, enjoy your special day, and congratulations. This one here is your interchangeable trellis frame. That's got celebrate, thinking of you, and thank you. And then your last one here is your flower frame. And the flower frame has got happy birthday, just for you, and best wishes. This represents the best value on the show, this bundle, I think, when it comes to these dies. £75 or $90, because we're charging you for 3, but we're sending you 4 in that configuration, which is absolutely brilliant value for money. We've also got the Christmas ones available for you as well. We've already lost one of the Christmas ones. What I'd say is, if you love the concept of these and you want to use them for your Christmas crafting, I don't know how long we'll continue to be able to bring you a 3-piece collection. Next time you see it, it might be a 2-piece collection. I would not imagine we would restock on these this side of this Christmas. So if you want them, definitely worth grabbing them whilst we've got the 3 in stock at the moment. This is your star one, and in here you've got Peace on Earth, Star of Wonder, and Joy to the World. This one just here is your Christmas tree, and within there you're getting Merry Christmas, Seasons, Greetings, and Happy Holidays. And then this one here, Deck the Halls, 'Tis the Season, and Jolly Holly Day are your 3 different sentiments within there. $59.97 or $79.17 if you want to grab hold of those ones. Again, if you want to mix and match across any of them, absolutely you can. You can get 2 for $42.50 or $55, and you can mix between the Christmas ones and the everyday ones as well. So it's completely up to you. Loads of other stuff on the show for you as well. Very, very busy on the ink pads, as I knew we would be, because this is the one. This is really that bundle that a lot of you wait for. It is that really comprehensive collection. It's a 29-piece ink pad collection within here. All of the details about all the colours that are in there are over on the website, but you've got some of your absolute favourites like your baby blue, your Chinese red, the damson wines in here. You've got the honey pot, the jet black. You've also got the plum jam in here, which is great. You've got Twilight Grey, Misty Morning. Loads of your all-time favourite ones, which is fantastic. Now remember, £100 or $140. Everyone's going to get free postage and packaging and free shipping and handling on that as well, which is fantastic. Platinum members, you'll spend £80 on this in the UK. Platinum members in the US, you'll spend $112 on these. So really, really great to get hold of them. Now, talking of Club Inspire, I know we have so many new viewers here on Crafters TV on a daily basis, and some of you might not be fully aware of all the details of our great club. Here's a piece of video that explains all of it for you.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
All the details there, of course, of Club Inspire, which is a great place to be because it means that you're working towards getting even better discounts than we already bring you here on Crafters TV. Now, remember, I know a lot of you already have these products and absolutely love them. I would love for you to send us some pictures of the things that you've been creating, because I know so many of you have been making so many beautiful things with these. If you want to do that, it's really easy. Details along the bottom of the screen. There's studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send those into, which is fantastic. Yes, always so much chatter about Brenda. I think she's the biggest star of the show, you know, Sara. Everyone loves seeing her. Very busy across the everyday ones and across the Christmas ones as well. Don't forget also, I did tell you about the ink pads. Don't forget about the finger daubers, because they are really, really busy. I've got them just here actually. You're going to get 40 of them. You're also going to get them in that fantastic case as well, which is brilliant. $19.50 or $26. I can see that a lot of you are actually multi-ordering on these ones. So you're more than welcome to do that. We don't have them in stock as often as we would like, so do take advantage of them whilst they are there. And as I said, you can multi-order. Just want to clarify the situation with the download. If you go over to our website, you go into downloads, you also so scroll right to the bottom, you'll see masterclass, Crafters TV downloads, and that is where you'll find it. Click in there and that is where that is. Anyone that if you're having any issues with it, just drop me a message on Facebook and I will send you a link to it, so don't worry about that. You can always do that. Right, Sara, what's up next?
Well, yes, someone, I can't remember who it was, someone asked for a stepper card.
They did, it was Sandra asked for a stepper card, I believe.
Right, Sandra, you asked for a stepper card. Let me show you, me dear, how you do a stepper card. And the brilliant thing is, I'm going to do it with the piece on earth here. Well, it doesn't have to be piece on earth, we can change out for a different sentiment if you want. But every one of these dies is exactly the same size. So once you know this stepper card, it's exactly the same every time you make it, no matter which die you put in the centre, right? So here we go. I've cut a piece of cardstock and I've tried to think of what would work for those of you in the US and those of you in the UK. So I've cut it to the right size that you could cut from a sheet of US letter or a sheet of A4. So it's 11 inches by 7.5, right? So 11 inches long by 7.5. And what we're going to do first of all, okay, on your scoreboard, I'm going to put the side steps. If you look at this here, we're going to do these side step pieces here first. I'm going to do them at around about an inch. So what you do is you score at your inch, but start roughly about the halfway point and go down to around about an inch near the end, right? And then you can turn it around and do exactly the same again. So you're going down from an inch, starting about an inch in and going to just kind of past the halfway point. And you can join the lines up at the end when all will become kind of clear as it was. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put the first step up at an inch. So we're going to step up at an inch, there we go. And then we're going to step back down at an inch. All right. And then I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to find my inch here. So I'm coming an inch there. And then I'm going to find my 2-inch line. And we're coming 2 inches up there and there as well. All right. Now the next one, the next line along here is at 6.5 inches. So again, you come along at 6.5 and then take that line down and you're coming in from the base. Now, can you see I hadn't done this line quite long enough, so you just take it round and join those up. So that is our steps at the side. Then what you need is your step in the middle. Now bear in mind this was 11 inches, so half of that would be 5.5, so you get your 5.5. Don't score it on the outside, only score it in the middle, okay? So just to remind you, that was 1 inch from either side, and then we're coming up 1 inch, down 1 inch, so, and then we're coming to 6.5. And this one is obviously, because it's 1 inch step, it's 1 inch less, so it's at 5.5. So that's how you're going to do that. Now, what you do need to do, and we've got these on the show today, is you're going to need your craft knife. So as well as the craft knife, actually, I'm using my metal mat here. But actually, the self-healing one would be loads better. I've got my little one under here, but we've got the self-healing mats on there as well. So all you're going to do is you're going to use this, and we're going to just cut down those lines. Can you see? So it's cutting into there and to here, and you're going to do that at both sides.
That craft knife there is on your screen, $5.50 or $8.50. You get the knife with the blades as well. And if you want the mat, that's also available for you. It's on the bottom of the screen just there, £11 or $19.50 if you want to grab that. Great for these kind of concept cards, I'm guessing. That's the easiest way of creating that, Sarah.
Definitely, because you need to be able to put you need to be able to do the accurate cuts there. So can you see I've done that perfectly, and that is giving me the step that's 1 inch at the side. And of course, because we did this 7.5 inches, we've taken 1 inch of either side. That gives me 5.5 this way, and it was 5.5 that way. So that's how you get that perfect stepper card ready to work with these dies. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the, we're going to do this one for Christmas. So with this die design, I've got the different options for my inner piece. So I've got Star of Wonder, Peace on Earth and Joy to the World. You're going to take your die, we're not using the outside cutting edge because we're going to cut into this cookie cutter style. So we're going to cut in and it's going to stay connected. So you're going to line that up right across the middle, little bit of tape on here just to hold that in place as it's cutting. And then decide what it is you want to say. So what do you think? Joy to the World, Peace on Earth, or Star of Wonder?
A Star of Wonder. I love that one.
Star of Wonder you like, do you, Joe? We
I
can
do
whatever
love
you
that
want.
one.
So I'll pop out these extra little bits that I'd left in. So can you see with the Star of Wonder, if I lift it up, it stays connected right in here. And then also these little side bits and at the bottom here. So it's very, very clever how it stays connected. You don't need to worry though. You just put it in, hold it in place with a little bit of tape, and the die will do all of the rest of the work for you. There we go. Now notice when I'm opening this up, because this is a larger stepper card, with these concept cards, you are going to need to use your larger Gemini plates. So all of these dies will fit through your Gemini Junior, if those of you that only have a Junior. However, if you're wanting to do concept cards, it's all about the positioning of your cut, not the size of your die. So because we've started with a larger sheet and we've cut into the middle of it, you need to be able to put your whole sheet in and be able to cut that cookie cutter style. That's the trick with a lot of the creator card dies that we do. So that's just gone through there. And when I lift this out, you will see there, yeah, it's done that perfect cut in there. There's my Star of Wonder. So all I do is I lift this out, just being really, really careful not to tear like that, yep. And then this is going to lift out as well, but stay connected in there. See how clever that is? Really, really super clever. Now, here we go. What I've done, Joe, just to make this kind of a little bit more special as it was, is I thought behind here, we'd pop a little piece of acetate. So again, remember what I showed you. If we want to stick this acetate down really, really well, best way to do it is get your spray booth out. Because what you want is, you want sticky all over the back. I'm just going to open this up so that we don't get, I'll need, can you see it's still, oh no, it's not too sticky, should be all right. But what I am going to do is just cover over these two sides. So here, I'll get me bits of card out from before, because I don't want sticky to go on those two sides. So I'm going to cover over those two sides. Oh, it's all very precise, this, isn't it? And then there was another little bit. I'm going to cover over all the bit that I don't want to get sticky. And I'm going to come in with my spray and give it a good spray all over the back.
Wonderful. Any sort of tips for using our sprays, Sarah? General do's and don'ts?
Short, sharp bursts.
Okay.
So notice I'm going spray, spray, spray. I'm not going shh all over the background. Right. I've used a tiny, tiny amount of adhesive there. Literally a tiny amount of adhesive. But it's given me spray all over the back. And it's great because inside, spray, where you can see, Can you see there what's left from the spray? You can see that it's kind of left the design. That's because the mist is so fine that it sticks exactly behind. Now I'm going to get this one perfect. I'm not going to accidentally stick it down here. And you see, I'm just going to go over there like that. And now I can stick, there we go. So that acetate is going to be stuck behind. Look how much better this looks. That acetate is stuck right behind where we say Star of Wonder. And then, do you know what I thought would be really, really nice, okay? If I got this and I cut out some extra little bits and pieces, right? I'm going to cut out the inner piece. I'm going to do a little bit of paper piecing. So we haven't done any paper piecing yet. And I'm also going to cut out that Star of Wonder onto a little bit of blue card so that we can make it blue in the middle as well.
Wonderful. I think the great thing about these as well is the amount of open space they offer you, Sarah, isn't it? So you can really play around with the textures behind things like, you know, your glitters, your mirrors, your matte mirrors, your holographic, maybe even as well printed cardstocks in the back of these would look quite nice.
That's a really nice idea.
A lot of you will have got our printed our card pad, sorry, is the word I'm going for. Do you know what one I think would look great with this, Sarah?
Which one?
You know, the Christmas pop-up pad that we did recently. It was designed
I
for the
do
pop-ups.
know that one. Great shout.
So, I think maybe like the candy canes or the hollies that are printed in there would look really lovely peeking through behind these as well. Lots of people talking about different ways of using them. A few bit of a discussion about whether you could use these as shaker cards as well in the comments.
Oh, you want to see a shaker card? Your wish is my command.
Someone actually said a shaker tag. Which is
that right? Or have you made that up?
No, honestly, I can
Really?
vouch for that. I can. I'll find the person's comment.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
Right. Okay. As long as he promises.
I
Right.
promise.
Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to just go with a little bit. I've got my very fine tip glue applicator, and because we're sticking onto the acetate, I'm going to go into the inside pieces here with a little bit of the fine tip glue. So just come into those there, and then we're going to use the paper pieced parts, Joe, to stick them into place. Now this wouldn't be possible if you hadn't put the acetate behind. So if you want to do paper piecing with these dies, make sure you get that acetate. And then look here, I'm going to try and be organised. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, don't you stick in here. Is that all 8 of them? No, you two still need to come out of there. Right. So there is all my die pieces, and then they're just going to perfectly play, not wrong side, Sarah, obviously. Right, they're just going to piece in there, and it just, I love the idea of paper piecing because I love how it goes kind of totally flat to touch, you know what I mean? So I'm going to paper piece all of these little 8 pieces in here, Joe.
It was Lisa, demo a shaker gift tag. I found the comment. I was starting to panic then, Sarah, because then I couldn't find it. I was thinking, maybe I have just
I've made it up.
Maybe my brain has just manifested it because it wants to see it so much is what I was thinking. But no, it was a comment in there. Malia in Hawaii, she's on Crafters TV time. She says she's crafting through the night and sleeping in the day, watching along with all our shows, which is great. Kelly says as well that she would love to see a class on kinetic creator cards. They're not something I know about, Sarah. You know,
Kinetic creator cards. Oh, yeah. That is definitely a new one for me. I really don't know what a kinetic creator card is.
Maybe Kelly will elaborate for us in the comments, which would be lovely. So please do let us know. Sandra says as well, at the end of the Club Inspire video, she always says when you go multiple platinum, you qualify to register as an addict. I think that is absolutely the case. Our addicts club is getting very large these days, Sarah. I know loads of you. I think we broke the record, by the way, yesterday, you know, for the amount of platinums that someone was. We found someone that was even more platinums than Stacey. I think it was 17 times platinum we're up to now in the comments. So, yes, lots of you very devoted, and we absolutely love you for it as well. It's such a lovely community of crafters all crafting along. I love that in the blue there. Just to clarify the download, so I think the little bit of confusion was coming in because we've called it a box on the website, not a bag. So Julie says, I think I've found it, but it's called a box. That is the same one that's there on the website.
That's
so that's the one you need, guys.
Yes, I just think, bless them, whoever's put that up, I sent it over to someone to put it up on the website for me yesterday ahead of the show, and I don't think they realised it was a gift bag. They just saw a template and they were like, oh, what would you have a template for? Probably a box. That's a good guess. Right, here we go, Joe. I'm just going to stick these little pieces down the side now, and my stepper card will be complete.
Beautiful, looking absolutely lovely. Very busy on the ink pads and the daubers. I'm hearing across there on the website. Mary says she would love to get this set. Lots of you going for the big bundles as well. Lots of people chatting along. A lot of people chatting along, letting us know that they're crafting along today as well, Sarah.
Oh, look, you see, I thought that when we did this masterclass, because I know these have been incredibly popular since we launched them. And like I said at the start of the show, I'm going to guess this is something that most of you, whether you've gone for the everyday or the Christmas, maybe you've just got one or, the odd one here and there, but most people have at least one of these. And I think it's brilliant for you to be able to hopefully learn some new techniques, whether it's the gift bags, whether it's the little shake card that I'm going to do next, whether it's the stepper cards. All of these techniques are different, more advanced techniques at what you can do with those creator card dies. In fact, all of our creator cards, doesn't have to be these ones, any of our creator cards you can do all of these techniques with, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely, which is fantastic. And that's why we bring to you, of course, of these masterclasses. There's so much you can do. Maxine saying, yay, my pop-up pad and dies arrived yesterday. I've been playing, Joe. It's like you can see me in my craft room there with that idea. Let me remind you about everything we've got for you when it comes to grabbing hold of these. So let me show you firstly the Christmas ones that we've got here for you. I've got some samples I'm going to take you through in just a second as well. So here we've got our holly one here. Now the great thing is about this that you've got those interchangeable sentiments in there. Oh, you've got double me. That's all you need. You've got deck the halls there. How scary for you. 'Tis the season and jolly holiday in there as well. And then you've got your star, which has the Piece on Earth, Star of Wonder and Joy to the World. And then in here what you've got is Merry Christmas, Season's Greetings and Happy Holidays as well. Let me take you through some of the samples you've got here, because what I would really love you to be able to see is how you can make these up so they look so different. Because actually what you'll see is with them is that one die looks very different depending on the different colourways and colour combinations that you've got there. So there's a Season's Greetings. This is the same die but as a Happy Holidays. There's no way you would even, no way you'd even realise that they have come from the same die set. They look so different. And then also something else that looks really different there in the Merry Christmas as well, as that beautiful diorama card. So by changing around the colour combinations that you use here, you're going to create something that is really beautiful. This one here is your Jolly Holidays, and then what you've also got in there is it also is in the centre there as well, which I love. It's been used on the front and then all the way through. Sticking with the holly, but this time using the Deck the Halls and creating something very different. Again, you see what I meant here when I said about the amount of aperture that you have means that you can really play around. Someone's used some great Centura pearl in there, but then also used very differently again, and actually placing in the holly berries with some little self-adhesive gems, which is a gorgeous way of using it. I love this next one too, because this one is like a banner here that I've got. Let me just unfurl this for you and hold it up. And what you've got there is you've got the Star of Wonder there, and also Joy to the World, and that's been used with one of our foil stamp dies there as well, so you can create that sort of nativity scene, which is amazing. So you can see all three of those there together using two of the different options, but then something really different here with the Piece on Earth. You can see a really different theme just by playing around with that colourway, and then again using lots of texture and bringing into that the aperture with the silver glitter card there in the background and a lovely pop of that red. $59.97 or $79.17. I think it really shows you how many different ways and the versatility that you've got in here as well. Let me take you through the everyday set as well, because again with the everyday set we've got slightly more of them available. We've got 4 of them available here for you, and within this one you're going to get the interchangeable heartfelt frame, which is this one here, and in this one you're going to get Love You, sending lots of love, and also All My Love. This one here is your elegant frame, and that's got You're Invited, Enjoy Your Special Day and Congratulations. This one here is your trellis frame. That's got Celebrate, Thinking of You and Thank You. And then this one here is your flower frame. That one's got Best Wishes, Happy Birthday and Just For You. Again, 4 different dies offering you loads of different ways of using them, 12 different ways of using them. Let me show you again how that translates when you come to creating beautiful things with these two. So you can see here, this is the same die that's created the Congratulations. Very elegant, would be wonderful for something like an invitation. But then the same die, change the sentiment out. Here you've got Enjoy Your Special Day, and that's been done as a wonderful easel card there, as you can see, looking very different. And then the same die has then created this one here, which is You're Invited. And again, playing around with the colour tones, using and bringing in some of your different dyes, you've got something very different. Also, don't forget about bringing in all of your colouring mediums. So this one here is gorgeous, another easel card, but this has been coloured, I'm guessing, with some of our ink pads have been used here, with the pigments, I believe it is, to create that. Very colourful and bright. And then also just using it as a topper and popping it over a inky background. Really beautiful way there that you've got. Thinking about a different way of using it here as a gatefold as well. So you can see 3 very different projects that you've got there from the same die. This one here is moving on to the love one now. So it's been used, I love how you've cut an aperture there just for the heart. So you've got the heart in the silver and you've got those fancy font die on the inside there. So think about also using these in conjunction with all of the other dies that you've got at home in your stash. Cutting it from the red mirror here and just laying it over some black is really classy, using the Love You. Then we've got the trellis one as well. So we've got the Thinking of You. Again, this is, I believe, a water reactive topper then that's laid over some black, a really nice way of using it, and then changing it up completely, making something super fancy here. You've got that lovely Celebrate card there, as you can see, bringing in some of our snowflake dies for you there as well. £75 or $90 if you want to get the everyday ones. The everyday ones, the biggest collection that we have available for you and represents the best value for money, that collection. The ink pads are very busy. A quarter of the stock of those has sold out and gone. Easy to see why when it's that big comprehensive bundle. A lot of you have maybe been collecting these over a period of time and will only have, you know, maybe you're up to sort of 15 or 20 of these. What we're giving you is we're going to give you the best discount that we offer you on our big ink pad collections, and we're going to offer you the opportunity to get them all at the same time. What we also offer you by putting them together as a larger collection is free postage and packaging and free shipping and handling, even if you're using your Platinum Club inspired discount as well. So a really great opportunity whilst we've got all of the great colours in stock for you as well. Now, some of you have been sending in pictures, which I absolutely love. Leanne has sent this one in to us, very classy. Is that our Midas ink pads? I think that might be.
I love that because it's the same sort of technique as what I was showing with the ink pads earlier with the Daubers. Perfect. Yeah, you could do that, and she's used our metallic ink pads there. That looks lovely. Nice, quick and easy card as well, Leanne.
Yeah, very beautiful, especially if you are batch making. You're going to love these. Sarah sent these in for us. I believe it's our lovely Sarah in Melbourne has sent these in for us. Oh, it's 9:15 in the evening there now. I know that because of my special clock. But Sarah Brown has sent these. They are beautiful with the star there. And also we've got another one. Christine sent in this one just here, which is the snowflake one there with the Let It Snow. How beautiful. A lot of people as well, I know a lot of these, they look amazing, Sarah, don't they? But actually probably not going to take you a lot of time. So if you've got a lot of cards to make and you want to do fully handmade Christmas, these are going to give you that with a fraction of the amount of time that people are going to think you've spent on them.
Oh, absolutely. Well, just cast your mind back to the very start of the show where I did that really super simple one where we literally just cut the card and stuck it at the front, and this is like a 3-minute make. They're a brilliant, easy card to do. Now, what I do want to do, and I'm surprised nobody's asked for it, this is one of my favourite ones. It's on the front of the packaging for the Christmas tree. I was always fascinated with doing easel cards where the easel was cut all the way through the back. I remember when easel cards first came out and I saw someone do one without creator cards at first, I was like, oh, how do you do that? I totally want to do one of those. So yes, so I've decided we're doing my request next because I'm desperate to show you how to. In fact, I'm just going to straight on, full on replicate this card. But just remember with that one design, so I'm going to do the Happy Holidays, but you could have it with Season's Greetings. So there's the one that has the Season's Greetings. Or you could do the same design with Merry Christmas. So you've got the Merry Christmas, the Season's Greetings and the Happy Holidays, all that interchangeable sentiment, they all connect in a really special way. Now, let's do it right from the very, very beginning, okay? So if you're wanting to do this card, bear in mind these dies are like 5 inches square. So what you want to do, let's get one of these dies out, I'll show you. If I measure this on my board, I'll bring this down here. These are just shy on 5 inches square. So I find a really nice card size for them is 5.5 inches. So all I'm going to do is bring my scoring board in, bring a piece of card, and I'm going to score 5.5 inches. And we're going to just give that a nice fold over in a crease. And then if I bring the guillotine in, you can see we can square it off at that 5.5 inches. So just 5.5 this way. There we go, and it'll be perfectly 5.5 if I just take off the back piece of card there. Get little fly's eyelash left on there, Joe, right? So that is our card. Now for an easel card, what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut it in front ways. So I've just seen there's a couple of little bits left in here. Always make sure those dies have been emptied out. Perfect. That is going to go onto there, and then every time you do, notice I keep using the same bit of tape over and over again, you're just going to hold that in place, right? So it's going to hold in place there, and then choose your sentiment. So with this one, you've got Happy Holidays, Season's Greetings, and Merry Christmas. And again, you can see there where I've been using this. Can you see with the little bit of tape across the centre? Now I'm going to leave that tape there because that tape's going to be perfect. If I pop this one in, hold it in place, and that little bit of tape's going to hold it in the centre. And that is ready to go into your Gemini. Now, these dies, I'm kind of probably preaching to the converted here. I would say that you don't need a Gemini. You can use them in any other brand of die cutting machine. However, I know most of you watching have a Gemini. What I would say is, for those that don't have a Gemini, these are intricate dies. These are like pushing the boundaries of what you can cut in regular die cutting machines. So you might need to send them through a couple of times. However, if it's a Gemini, look, I mean, it cuts perfect. Every last little bit cuts perfectly. And if I lift this up like this, what it'll do is, other than where we had our tape on there, most of the design will lift away with it. So there's only a couple of these odd little ones that need taking out there. And you see, and I'm just trying to do it without getting them stuck here. There we go. A couple of these last little bits just to come out. And most things have popped out perfectly. And of course, when you get them left in the die, it's much easier to clean it out with your die brush tool. So it's easier to clean them out of the die than what it is to clean them out of your paper, because this is when you could start and just tear the paper if you're not being careful, i.e. if you're on live TV like this and you're trying to rush it through. So I know you'll be a lot more careful when you're doing it at home. But we're doing all right there.
Sandra saying big thanks for that stepper. She has all the measurements written down, Sarah, so she'll be giving it a go with a snowflake die that she has after the show. Big thanks for that, and thanks for showing me.
Perfect. My absolute pleasure. Now, can you see you've got one cut into the front of the card? What I want you to then do is cut that whole thing out again out of a regular piece of card that's the same size. So that's also 5.5 inch. Have I cut this about the right size? I'm going to trim it down a tiny bit smaller. These need to be exactly the same size. So can you see, I think I've cut this base card to 5 inches and you cut yours to 5.5. So a couple of little flies eyelashes off the end, Joe, and nobody's going to notice any difference.
Ray's saying, could you do a Z fold with these? I'm not imagining how you do a Z fold with these.
Oh, I can't picture how you could do a Z fold. If someone manages, I'd love to see.
Absolutely, Ray, let us know in the comments. If you've made one, then by all means pop us a picture of it as well. We would absolutely love to see it.
Perfect.
Thank you for showing my cards on the telly. I got all excited, says Sarah in Australia. It's a pleasure. Thank you for sending in your pictures. We absolutely love being able to show off all of the glorious things that you've been making. Always send us your pictures because we love showing them.
Right, do you want me to show you what I'm doing now, Joe? That card, remember, was 5.5 long. So half of that, so 5.5, half of that would be 2 3/4. So you're going to put the score line in at 2 3/4. So you do this after you've done your die cutting, right? So can you see I'm being very, very gentle, but you do that after your die cutting piece. And then that, if I bring this out, should just allow us to do the fold. Now you don't have to do the fold at exactly the halfway point. You can put it in pretty much wherever you want, but I find if in doubt, halfway is always a good place to put it. So there is my fold at the halfway point. Just get these little bits folded over. And then you see this piece here sticks onto the bottom of there, and you just line them up perfectly. And that is how you get that shaped easel. Now all I'm going to do though is, before I stick this on, is I'm going to do a bit of decoration with this. And when I say decoration, I'm actually just going to colour tint it. So I'm just going to have a piece of card behind, and I'm going to use some nice blues, I think. So I've got some Oasis, and I've got some Ocean Blue, and I've got some Midnight, and I'm going to get my daubers out, and I'm just going to go to town. And actually, here's what we'll do. I'll hold this in place with a couple of little tiny bits, and then we'll get a nice leftover stencil, won't we?
Oh, right. Yes, that's a great idea.
So we pre-thought about it this time. We're being organised.
If you did want to use these as a stencil, so I know they are very detailed, so I guess it would be a bit of trial and error. Would you cut them in something other than like our stamping card or a regular cardstock in order to be able to stencil through them? Oh,
yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'd probably cut them in, you could cut them into acetate or something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking like construction acetate in my head
for
some reason.
There's a word as well. There's something special you can buy if you want to make your own stencils. I've heard of it in the past.
Doflex.
There, that's the what. Look at you.
10 house points for Gryffindor. I don't know where that came from. I tell you what, there's information in here and I have no idea where it is, and then all of a sudden it just pops itself out. And then on other occasions, I'm trying to think of the name for something like a doorbell, and it's not in there. It just doesn't come out at all. So you just never know when these things are going to happen.
Right, so I'm starting with the dark. I probably should have started with the lightest one, to be fair. Let's have a look. What I'll do is I'll come in with the lightest one from the middle, and then I'll work it out now, Joe. Right, so I'm just coming around the outside of my Christmas tree.
Our producer Johnny, can you hear him in the gallery?
I can hear him twittering away, he's all excited.
Daubers in here. He's like, oh, that's a lot of daubers. It really is a lot of daubers,
because
Johnny.
you need 36, don't you? Because you're going to need one for each colour. And actually,
Absolutely.
those of you who have our Harmony Water Reactive as well, I would be buying a set of 36 for your opaque pigments and a set of 36 for your water reactives, because you can't mix them. You can't use it for your opaque pigments and then switch them and use them for your water reactives.
So that'll give you what? That'll give you 8 left over. Mm-hmm. And then how many colours are in our Midas ink pads?
Oh, I like the thinking.
Is it
12.
10? Is it 12? Well, okay. Well, you're not far off then, are you? So I feel like, that's a really good plan. I can see lots of people are multi-ordering on these, which I knew they would be. I know they're out of stock for such a long time, so definitely stock up on them whilst they're in stock. I think if you've got our pigment ink pads, then they're an absolute must-have. They do also play very nicely with all of the other ink pads that we carry as well. So make sure you grab hold of them. And it's great that you get them in storage tray as well, which is fantastic. The ink pads themselves, if you want to go for those, we've got that great deal available for you on the show. However, a third of the stock has gone. It's not a Crafters TV stock, it is a site-wide Crafters Companion stock. So once it sells out, we might then bring it back, I don't know, in a week or so. It might be a slightly smaller configuration. Maybe it won't have some of the most popular colours will have gone. Therefore, it will be a different colour combination. Whilst we've got pretty much all of those colours in stock, is always, I would say, the best time to stock up on those deals, which is fantastic. Remember as well, everyone saves on this $44.71 in the UK, $43.75 in the US. However, Platinum members pay £80 or $112. That means if you are a Platinum member, which I mean so many of you are, you actually save $64.71 in the UK or $61.75 in the US. So however you look at it, whether you have no Club Inspire, what's the word, Sarah? It's gone. Status. That's the word I was looking for, thank you. You're still getting a fantastic deal, however you look at it, which is fantastic. And these are great. So I feel like these are the ink pads, Sarah, that we're not in any way unpopular, but the more we've done these and the more people have got their hands on them, the more people are beginning to understand them. And now they're almost one of our most popular ranges of ink pads, aren't they?
I think you're absolutely right there, Joe. And do you know what? Leanne's done a lovely masterclass on them. So you can always go and watch her masterclass if you want to learn a lot more about what these ink pads are for and how to use them and all the different techniques. You just see little snippets in here where we're using them day to day. However, it's another thing again if you go and watch the masterclass. Now, do you know what I'm going to do, Joe? Just because I think I've got some under here. That is lovely because we've done all that colour. I quite like that background there, mind, don't we? That's going to look fabulous. There's another leftover background there. Absolutely. So I'll keep that. And then what I'm going to do is I've just got another piece. Let's just get a piece of craft card so you can see. And while this is still wet from the ink, I've got some iridescent.
You're going to do my favourite?
Well, I've got some glitter. I've got some glitter embossing powder. So I'm going to just to give it a little bit of sparkle all over the background here, I'm going to put some glitter embossing powder on it, and then I'll see if I've got a heat gun under here, we can heat it up.
I think embossing is one of the single most effective things that you can do to your cards. Just considering, I just think when you give it to someone, first time it's in a heat embossed piece of cardstock, you just presume that it's been manufactured. I think it looks so professional. Yes. It really gives it an amazing sort of amount of bling and shine. I love it as well sometimes when you go all the way and do the faux enamelling as well on things like the letters and our balloon dies too. They look absolutely gorgeous. Such a really, really quick and effective technique. I'd say if you haven't got some embossing powder and a heat gun, you definitely would need to invest. Don't you agree, Sarah?
Oh yeah, it like you said, it's one of those really, really clever techniques. Now, I do have a heat gun here. We're all ready to go. So what should happen, because this is, you see, even though it took us quite a while to get the to get all the different colours of inks and to merge them, when we add on that, it's just embossing powder with an iridescent glitter mixed into it. So once we add that on, it still sticks to the ink. Even though you're thinking, oh, well, hang on, that must have dried in place. It doesn't, trust me. It takes its time ready for you to kind of, it has a long enough open time for you to get all of this stuck on.
It almost has a wet look, doesn't it? Even once it's dried, it has that slight sheen. I just think it gives the cardstock, and I actually think it maybe even intensifies the colour of the pigment ink pad somehow when you've got the embossing powder over.
Doesn't it? I would really agree with that. So it's a nice way of getting a bit of a sparkle, and as you kept saying, Joe, it's that enamelled finish, isn't it? That enamelled look. And if you want it to look even more enamelled, you can always put multiple layers over top. So I've just put one layer here. You can always go over. Do you know what I did find? A massive jar of embossing powder. So you can always go with a load of it if you want that really, really shiny finish. But I quite like that kind of look and feel. And can you see? You can see it on the corner, the kind of iridescent glitter. So what I've done is I've also cut out Happy Holidays in another colour ink pad, another colour of pattern paper, and then I've just got it to stick over the top. I figured you'd seen me do that enough times today that you probably didn't need to see it again.
I guess that's great because that almost looks like a mask, doesn't it? So if you're not the neatest person, about lining it up and not smudging it over the letters, it really doesn't matter if you're going to then cover it back over again, which is great. So because I'm a bit of a mucky pup, Sarah. If I'm going to splodge it, I have a job keep my colouring in the lines. So for me, being able to put it over the top again would be the best course of action for sure. It's someone's birthday in the comments, and I missed who it was, Sarah. Now all I'm seeing is people wishing someone a happy birthday. So whose birthday is it? It's Tracy's birthday.
I tell you it is. It's our Tracy backstage. It's her 50th today. Can't believe we've made her come to work on her 50th.
I know. I didn't find out about it today. Big happy birthday to Tracy, our floor manager, and all-round studio good egg. So yes, happy birthday to her. But she says she's got a birthday partner as well somewhere here in the comments. I'll find it and I'll come back to you.
Right, watch what I'm going to do, Joe. I'm going to go around with red liner tape because I want this to stick really, really well. But then I'm also going to give it a little bit of a spray in the middle because I want to make sure that all this little bit where it says holidays, I want to get plenty of stick on there as well. So this is like double sticking. If you want to go for a really good double stick, this is how you're going to stick your cards together, because especially if you're making cards professionally, or even if it's not professional, you don't want your card to kind of come away. And it's awful. We get a lot of cards sent here in the office whereby, by the time they arrive with us in the office, some of the adhesive is starting to come away. So always make sure you use a really, really good adhesive on them as well.
It's Melissa's birthday. Happy birthday, Melissa.
Birthday. Happy birthday, Melissa. Let's have a look. Let's get Brenda out then. Right. So, and let's do this, right? I'll stick that over the back so that we've only got, you can hopefully see that. And I'll pop a little bit of this behind. So if I just want spray on the middle, in the middle section here. Yep. So I'm just going to make sure we get plenty in the middle there. Can you see? So just a couple of little sprays. Short, sharp burst is the trick. Short, sharp burst. You don't need an awful lot. Just some little bits with all of that. So there's our little spray booth. And then to save getting sticky all over my fingers, I'll try and do it with me pokey tool, Joe. There we go.
Wonderful. Lots of you talking about, I think it's actually... it's Melissa's birthday and it's Marianne's birthday as well, and it's Tracy's birthday. All the birthdays today. It must be it's a very popular birthday day, it seems, over in the Crafters TV Facebook chatter. Remember, if you want to watch and shop at the same time, you can do that across on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. There you're able to watch the shows and shop the deals at the same time, which is brilliant. I know we have so many people joining us every single day, so welcome to any new viewers. Any new viewers out there? Also, Sara, do you know who I'd like to comment and say hello? Any viewers that haven't commented before. Because just on Facebook at the moment, right, there's 332 people watching on Facebook. However, the people that are commenting, it's probably about 60 people, right? So what I'd love you to do is, if you're watching us on Facebook, you've never commented, I'm on the Crafters TV Facebook page, just give me a wave, a little hello, and let me know where you're watching from. That's it, just so we can get a sort of broader idea of where everyone's at, Sara.
Well, I can tell you as well, I know he's really, really scary, but he doesn't bite, right?
So he's scary.
He's really, and I know you're probably watching thinking he's so scary, I can't possibly say hello to that big scary guy that's on the TV right now. However, he doesn't bite, and he really likes it when new people come and talk to him.
I do. I came dressed as a tomato today. Do you like it, Sara?
I've
had a few colours on the shirt, but it's not actually, it's quite corally in real life, but it looks very red on the telly. I look like a little tomato. Well, I'm actually quite a big tomato at the moment, a big plum tomato. That looks beautiful.
Do you like that? I really like those easel cards. I like the easel cards, and I really love what we've done there with the opaque pigment inks, and then mixing those colours and getting a little bit of that lovely kind of mixing of the colours on there, so you get that lovely tonal shade between the three. And in every one of those opaque pigment ink pads, we've got 3 shades for you to kind of work together with, and it's going to blend them all. But you do need the daubers to go with this. You do need those daubers for the precision inks. And if you look, I mean, this is the set that we've had going in here for over a year. You just keep one for each colour. So you don't need to wash them out, whatever. Just keep one for each colour, and then every time you come to use it, you're ready to go. We've got a few that we still haven't used yet, so you're just going to pick up the ones that you want to work with.
Wonderful. Don't miss out on those. 40 of them for $19.50 or $26, which is great value. Let me just recap the everyday sentiments that you've got available for you on the show. So this one here, this is the best way to get the best value with these is to go for the collection. You've got in here the heartfelt frame, which has got love you, sending lots of love and all my love. You then got the elegant frame, and in there you've got congratulations, you're invited and enjoy your special day. This one here is your trellis frame, celebrate, thinking of you and thank you. Is your sentiments with that one. And then also here we've got your flower frame, happy birthday just for you, and best wishes as well. £75 or $90 is your price there for those. Don't forget as well, we also have the festive ones for you. Now, we did have 4 originally, we are down to 3, and what I'd say is, if you want to be able to get all 3 of them, act sooner rather than later, because I'm sure next time we see you, we may be only bringing back a couple of these. The prospect of us getting these restocked this side of this festive season, probably slim to none, I would imagine. You've got the tree in here, which is beautiful. That's going to have Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays and Season's Greetings. You've then got this one here, which is the holly. That one's got 'Tis the Season, Jolly Holiday and Deck the Halls. And then that one there is your star. Star of Wonder, Peace on Earth and Joy to the World as well. $59.97, $79.17. Right, I have got more first-time commenters coming through than you can shake a pokey tool at.
I'm just going to
I'm just going to get them organised, right, and just go through them and see where they started from. We've even got people commenting from Finland and lots of exotic new locations, which I love. I'm going to be back with you a little bit later today. I won't be here with Sara. I am going to be here with Craig. Now, some of you that are new to us here at Crafters TV maybe haven't seen Craig here on our screens. If you haven't, here's a lovely little introduction to him.
Hi, I'm Craig Laird and I'm from Crafters Companion. I got into crafting 18 years ago when I came across a TV show where they were doing die cutting, and I thought, oh, I really like that, and that got me started on my journey. I get to go out and demonstrate and inspire all these crafters that I want to follow on the same journey as me. What I absolutely love with being with Crafters Companion is I'm now part of a team of incredible demonstrators that many already know. I get to work with new and exciting products that I get to bring to the crafters. Crafters Companion is a great place to work, it's got a great team, but more importantly, it's a great family. I hope you can join me in seeing some upcoming sneak peeks and enjoy the inspiration.
A lovely little introduction there to Craig. We'll be up together a little bit later tonight for Creative Cravings. It's an amazing week, you know, this week here on Crafters TV. I know we've had a couple of big weeks recently. This one is exactly the same because, of course, you're going to have a launch day tomorrow morning with myself and Leanne, 11 a.m. here in the UK, which is 6 a.m. on the East Coast. Debbie, what am I like Robinson, the lovely Debbie, she'll be back with us for Cartload tomorrow evening, which is 4 p.m. here in the UK, 11 a.m. on the East Coast, 8 a.m. on the West Coast. There's a Colour Me Happy coming your way on Friday afternoon.
Me!
Is that you? Amazing. It's at Aquablend Pencils, and there's also a masterclass. I'm going to have the day off on Saturday. Derek will be here with you with the Craft House, which will be fantastic. I think he's here with Craig on Saturday for 2 shows. He's also here for 2 shows with Craig as well on Sunday, and then myself and Sara are back with something beyond special on Sunday, which will give you more details as we go through the week. Someone else just commented, I'm going to get to these new viewers in just a second, Sara, but June said that she got the QVC compendium for her birthday. So I thought it might be nice for you to let everyone know about something special that's happening a little bit later today.
Yes, those of you who have our compendium. So this is what you'll have seen me talking about, the 3-tier box with all the Christmas goodies in. It's exclusive to HSN and QVC, so because they're all part of the same family. So I launched it over on HSN, was it last week? It was last week. And I know those of you who are in the US will be starting to get yours delivered. I know hundreds of you have ordered yours from QVC here in the UK, just when it launched yesterday. Now, a lot of you have been saying, can I do a masterclass? Can I do lots of techniques with this? So we're managing to squeeze one in this afternoon between our shows. So I'm going to, as soon as we finish here, I'm going to tidy up here, get ready for my masterclass. And an hour later, so 2 p.m. GMT, which will be 10 a.m. for those of you on the, no, it won't be 9 a.m. 9 a.m. for those of you on the East Coast, and then obviously you can work it back for those of you wherever else you're watching. Please tune in for that. We're going to be live. Joe's going to be fielding comments. I'm going to be put to crafty work. It's like a bonus extra masterclass that's going to be coming up an hour after we finish this show. So it gives you a little bit of time, those of you that are in the UK, to get your lunch, or if you haven't ordered the compendium, you can pop across to QVC, order it, and then you can watch the show.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll find maybe find the links for it on the HSN and the QVC pages for you a little later. Yes, I'll be back with Sara for that over on the UK US pages and Sara's page. Stephanie saying hi from New Jersey. These are all of our new viewers, by the way, Sara. Christine, hello, first time on. She's in Redcast, just up the road.
Just up the road.
Yeah, Margaret Middleton, hi Sara and Joe, watching from Derbyshire. I've not ever commented, so hello.
Well, I hope this is the first of many, Margaret.
I hope so. Nicholas tuning in from Berkshire in the UK, which is lovely. Sue Henderson's from Woodham in Newton Aycliffe.
Oh, she's round the corner.
Must be round the corner.
Sue, you could brew up. Yeah, she's that close. You could brew up and bring us a brew in.
Absolutely. Alison says hi from the Costa del Midlands, first time commenting as well. Pauline, just come on from Batley, West Yorkshire. I'll be passing you when I'm commuting backwards and forwards to Manchester soon. Maybe I could pop in for a coffee. Joe is saying watching from Morpeth whilst working along, which is fantastic, and loads of others. I've got some more in here as well. Debbie saying hi from Georgia, first time commenter as well. Veronica from West Virginia, first time commenter, and lots of others saying hello. I had someone from Finland here as well just a minute ago, and now I've lost it. Typical me. Tracy from Washington, Elaine saying hello as well. There's absolutely loads of people, you know, in here.
Brilliant to hear it.
Kathy saying hello as well. Benita from Sweden. There's the new country for us as well, which is fantastic. So yes, if you've never said hello before, we're not that scary. Sonia says he doesn't bite, but he sometimes nibbles. But that's all right. Is what Sonia's got to say there in the comments. Right, what do you fancy showing us next, Sara?
Right, well, what I thought we'd do is look at how to do a dome front with the acetate underneath, right? They're really easy to do, as with all of these cards, when you know how, okay? So I'm going to use the design that we've used for this one, which honestly, in all of the designs we do, this I think is my favourite and the most usable. I love the lovely big circle sentiment. So, comes with just for you, best wishes, and also happy birthday. So I think as we've got a lot of birthdays today, do you think we should do a happy birthday one?
Oh, that sounds great.
So let's have a look. So I'm just going to get my happy birthday all popped out here, ready to go. So we've got happy birthday. actually just for yous, lovely. Best wishes, really usable sentiments, these ones. And look what I've done. I've cut a piece of cardstock, Joe. So just wider than the piece of card, and then again just wider than that, but then I've put 2 big gluing flaps to go underneath. So that's what you're going to do there. You're going to get yourself 2 nice big gluing flaps, and then what we do is we hold this in place. We're going to do all of the cutting. So we hold that in place, and then we'll come on with the happy birthday, and you'll see it stays connected. So here, right down the bottom, all of these stay connected. So I'm going to wrap it round this way, which means I need my happy birthday so that this faces me. If I wanted to wrap it round this way, it would be exactly the same, and we'd just move our happy birthday around. In fact, shall I do it this way? And then I can show you the 2 different options because I've already made one of the cards with it the other way. So you can see the kind of 2 different ways you can do it. So that holds in place there.
Does the central aperture, Sarah, does it have an outside cutting edge, the centre aperture?
No.
Okay, so you could cut it into an aperture and not use the outer frame if you wanted to whatsoever?
Yes, and it would just give you a nice big open circle.
Oh,
nice
lovely.
big open aperture. Honestly, the way we've thought through these, I think these are probably right up there as being one of the cleverest sets of dies we've done. They don't look it from the outset, but I can tell you, which is why it's taken us till now. We've been working on this for a long time. We just, being really honest, we couldn't get it to work. Whereas now we've been able to get it to work. So there we go, that lifts off. Then this one here is going to lift off. This is going to lift out. And then I think I want that happy birthday to stand out a little bit. So I'm going to do that technique, Joe, with the dauber. And we'll give this a little bit of colour, and I think a nice bit of plum would be good. Let's put a lot of plum on instead of just a nice little bit, and use some of that, loads of the embossing powder. Where's my daubers gone? Here we go. So,
am I right in thinking that some ink pads would struggle with like quite a dark cardstock like that, Sarah?
Yes, you need opaque ones.
Right.
That's why these are brilliant, because they're opaque pigment, because you do need it. Here we go. So can you see how well that's taken to it? You need the opaqueness in the opaque pigment. Right.
Perfect. Don't forget all those great colours available to you right now, which is fantastic. £100 or $140, approaching 40% of the collection, big collection on those ink pads has sold out and gone. If you want to get them, now would be a great time to. It's a really comprehensive collection that we've got there for you. I remember Club Inspire members, you'd get them for £80 or $112. Everyone though is saving $44.71 or $47.65, which is great value. Irrelevant of where you're at in Club Inspire, and the Dauber's also very busy. They are going to work beautifully with these, which is fantastic. Lots of people excited, Sarah, for the little mini compendium masterclass that's happening, and new commenters as well. Teresa from Long Island, hello Teresa. Christine from Broughty Ferry. Do you know where that is, Sarah?
Oh, no, that's a new one for me.
It's a new one. Christine, can you let us know where that is? I don't even know what country that's in, let alone what part of the country. Sonia's compendium is coming today. Woohoo, she says. She can't wait for that. Cindy says, to new people joining, Sarah, have you seen Joe running up the street in your neighbourhood? Watch out, because he could be kissing the postman and riding the dog and shutting all of the doors. It makes no sense to anyone that's just joining us. But thank you for that, Cindy Sue. Stephanie says, is the creator card background the same as the foil press die? Not really, is it? But you can use them in the foil press.
No, you can use them in the foil press, but the difference is, you see, with the creator card, with the foil press ones, we make them to like emboss, not to die cut, right? So you'll see, if you get a foil press one and put it next to a creator card, the difference is the foil ones don't cut anything out. So they're just a deep deboss, as it was, for you then to apply the foil to.
It's Broughty Ferry is in Craig's part of the world. It's near Dundee, for those that were wondering.
Ah, good to know. So you've totally lost me, because have you noticed I'm doing 3 layers of embossing? So I'm doing like a nice big triple enamelled effect. So I've been concentrating on the embossing.
Isn't it, when you do it with all of those layers? I think it's such a great effect.
Looks fabulous. And the thing is, that was so quick and easy to do. And now it's done. I'm going to show that to the close-up camera. That looks incredible. doesn't it? You can just
Beautiful.
see that, and it looks really 3D and enamelled. And that's all done with that little bit of ink. And that's now, because I mean, if we stuck that over with another piece of card, let me just put the white behind. If we'd stuck that over with another piece of card, you would see where the card connected. This way we've been able to colour it and enamel it all in one. Now here we go. I'm going to try and get all of this embossing powder into this. I think that's going to be a bit of a challenge.
I think you did great there, Sarah. That is it's got and a brand new pot as well.
Brand new big pot. I got it out the shop just before we came in. Right. So you know what I'm going to do now, don't you? We're going to stick this to a piece of acetate, which I have got somewhere. Here we go. So if we want to stick this down really, really well to here, I want it. You see, if I just stuck that on there, when we bent it, some of these little bits in that would all lift up. So by using our Brenda, the spray booth, we're going to manage to get an all over perfect stick. So again, all I'm doing is popping her in there. I'm going to cover over the side panels. So let's have a look, all these little bits that I was using, right? These side panels here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray so that we get an all over stick. No, you're not going to go there. You're going to go here and like just let's do one part at a time. I'm going to spray it to get an all over background stick so that it'll stick really well to our acetate. And you don't need anything really thick with this, like a thick acetate. Just like our heat resistant acetate would be absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that's on your screen right there, $3.99 or $5.99. However, a little great multiply on those. You can get 3 of them for £10 or $14. So loads of different ways of grabbing hold of that. But that's perfect for the technique that Sarah is showing you right here, which is brilliant. Jan saying she loves the giant jar of embossing powder. We need to bring some in, is what she's saying. We'll do our best. So I'll let Leanne know. I'll pop it on this. I'm with Leanne, of course, tomorrow, remember, for that brand new launch of the stained glass window dies. I'd love it if you could join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. here in the UK or 6 a.m. on the East Coast. The samples, have you seen the samples for that launch?
They're amazing.
Aren't they incredible?
It's the most, they're just the most gorgeous dies. I can't wait for the show. I can't wait to see what she does with them. Right.
She's got some wonderful demonstrations planned, I know that much. So make sure you tune in and join us both tomorrow morning for that.
There you go. You can see how well that's stuck, you see, because we've put the spray behind it. Then what I've done, if you look at this, Joe, can you see I've cut a piece of card, same height, but about 3/4 of an inch shorter. Because what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this around, and I'm not just going to wrap it around with anything, I'm going to wrap it around with some of our red liner tape as well to make sure we get a really, really professional stick on it.
Fantastic. Sharon, who is in Virginia, says, my girlfriend and I got all of our HSN orders yesterday, including the compendium. So excited for the mini master
What a good
class.
time then for the master. I was hoping if I leave it about a week after the show, then everybody should start and be getting theirs delivered.
Yes, absolutely. So I know lots of you will have it already. Some of you that went for it on QVC UK who are going for it on QVC UK this week, you will be able to then come back to that masterclass once you've saved it. Just to let you know, I'm right in thinking it'll be on the UK and US pages. It won't be here on Crafters TV, and it'll also be on Sarah's Facebook page as well. So don't come back to Crafters TV. They're the 3 pages that you need to pop yourself across to. In about an hour and 10 minutes time is when that will be coming up. Just enough time to grab a little bit of lunch, Sarah, have a cheeky cuppa and a bit of a natter, and then we'll be good to go again.
That was the plan. That was the plan. You'd think I organised this just all around that. We have to organise everything around lunchtime here.
Yes, and cups of tea.
And cups of tea.
You should see how many tea bags we get through over in the office.
It is,
there's like
it's a ridiculous amount.
Ginormous catering bags and tea bags. There's so many, never seen so many tea bags in my life.
Right, so there's one side stuck down, and then when I come to stick the other side down, you'll see, in fact you can see it perfectly there, how we get that lovely bow front. And you just stick that down really, really thoroughly along the back. And you get the whole bow front along the front of the with the acetate on. So it just gives it that lovely finish. And then all I'm going to do is mount this onto a larger card. So it's completely up to you. Quite often I do these and I just put them on the front of a same size card. But I thought this would look really nice mounted onto the front of a larger piece of card. So I'm just going to just matted and layered here just to show off that bow front. And of course these you would absolutely need to be making a 3D envelope box to put them in. It's not going to work otherwise. You need that 3D envelope box. Let's have a look. That's going to go on the front there. And I'm going to stick this, I'm going to use a little bit of red liner along the edges here, Joe, because I've found with these cards before, because the acetate's so strong and the bow on them is so strong, it wants to pull away. So a little bit of the tape like this completely stops all of that.
Well, so it's sticking the card to the base card whilst also sticking it onto your project, which is great.
Thank you.
Love
That's
that
exactly
tip.
what it's doing.
Yeah. Brilliant. Very, very busy as we move towards the end of this show on both of the collections, actually, Sarah. Those Daubers as well, they're lighting up the internet is what they're doing. You guys are absolutely loving those. The two different collections, by the way, the Everyday and the Christmas, are both neck and neck at the moment. They're both equally as popular. I love it that we've got the Everyday ones back, because a lot of you will have had the Christmas ones, and then I think you'll love them so much you'll end up making Christmas cards all year round unless you get your hands on some of the everyday ones, because they are so quick and effective. They are a little 3-minute make, as Sarah showed you at the start of this masterclass. So very, very effective. If we are making to sell or batch making, is there anything we need to bear in mind, Sarah, with our products?
You can make and sell as many as you want, and if you are making and selling, that's when I would recommend you try and go like take it a little bit further. Do something like one of these cards, because you can charge more for it because they look so much more professional.
Rose saying she made a new baby card with the Christmas compendium, so she thinks she's going to get lots of everyday makes out of it, as well as her Christmas ones, which is great. Love that
Brilliant,
idea.
Great to hear. Oh, do you know what would be lovely? If anybody has made any cards, you could email them into us and we could feature them in our masterclass this afternoon.
That would be absolutely fantastic. What a great idea. That is a beautiful card that you've made there, Sarah.
I'm really pleased with that one. I think that's come together really nicely. And actually, if you have a look, we've done quite a lot today, haven't we? So let's go right at the beginning. I showed you how to do the nice, quick and simple, how to do a card in like 3 minutes. And I did the Deck the Halls, but I'd already planned the 'Tis the Season. So you can do either of those and you can see how you can interchange out both of the sentiments. Then what did we do after that? Oh, that's when we did the gift bag, wasn't it? Oh, you've got to go back and watch the gift bag tutorial, because I think that is a fabulous tutorial and it's really nice. And don't forget all of the measurements if you're wanting to do that gift bag and it all folds flat, you see, they are all on our website in the download section. And then after the gift bag, that's when we did the stepper card. And I give people all the measurements for doing the fantastic stepper card. And again, every one of these cards you can do with every one of the 7 designs that we've got on the show. Then we did the easel card, another brilliant one to do. So again, once you know how to do it, mix and match it with any of the designs that we've got. And then last but definitely by no means least, we've done that lovely bow fronted card. So it just shows you all the different ways, well, not even all, a lot of the different ways. And I think this is the 3rd masterclass we've done on these. So bear in mind, I'm trying to show you different techniques every time. Go back and watch the other masterclasses that you'll see even more ideas and techniques.
Yeah, absolutely, you will. And remember, all of our shows live forever over on the website. Joe, did you say US QVC as well as HSN? No, QVC UK is where the compendium is being retailed here in the UK exclusively. In the US, it's exclusive with HSN. Do you know if they've still got it, or did it sell out, Sarah? Do you know?
Right, so they had a bit of a, because we had to take some Gemini minis out of some, put some into the others. So if it's not live on the website, they have got just a handful, you're talking like a couple of hundred and that's it, left, but it might not be live on the website at the moment. So if you missed out on it, it will definitely be coming back if it's not on there now. We asked them to try and get it live for the masterclass today, so go and have a little look.
Wonderful. So do check back. I'm sure you'll be able to get your hands on it. Again, if you do want it, yes, QVC here in the UK or HSN over in the US. Right, let me just quickly whiz you through what you've got included in these deals. This one here are your Christmas ones. So remember, this was a 4-piece collection. It's now a 3-piece collection. If you want to get it before it becomes a 2-piece collection, I'd say probably today is the day when you need to make that happen. You've got the star here, and with the star, you're also getting the peace on earth. Remember, the interchangeable sentiments also here are the Star of Wonder and Joy to the World. This one here is the Merry Christmas, which is great. You also have the Season's Greetings and the Happy Holidays. And then what we've got here is Deck the Halls, which has 'Tis the Season and Jolly Holly Day. They are your 3 festive collections that you've got there. $59.97 or $79.17 if you are across in the US. You've then got your everydays as well. We've still got 4 for you with the everydays. You've got the heartfelt frame, which has got love you, sending lots of love, and all my love. You've then got your invited, which is the elegant frame, has your invited, enjoy your special day, and also congratulations. This one here, which is the trellis frame, this has celebrate, thinking of you, and thank you. And then finally, this one here is happy birthday, which is in the flower frame, along with just for you and best wishes. £75 or $90 if you want to get your hands on those ones. Now remember, you can get them on a 2-4. You can also mix and match across absolutely all of them. So of the 7 that are available, any 2 for $42.50 or $55 if you want to get them like that. Great way to get your hands on them. Very busy on those. Also, still very busy as we move towards the end of the show on the ink pads. If you're watching the show back at a later date, maybe you're watching this back on Thursday at some time, I would definitely check the website for the stock situation to see how that is coming along, because this is that really comprehensive bumper collection. Here in the UK, £100. In the US, it's $140. Everyone's saving there $44.71 or $43.75. So if you want to get them and you're a platinum member, however, you will get these for an incredible £80 or $112, saving you $64.71 or $61.75. Details there of all of the different Club Inspire statuses on there for you. Remember, there's great incentives as well if it is your first time purchase. Please don't forget the doorbers, and definitely get yourself across to the website and have a look at everything that you saw in the show. Don't forget to check that basket out. Sara, when are you going to be back with us here on Crafters TV?
In 1 hour and 3 minutes. So 1 hour and 3 minutes. It won't be on Crafters TV. We are going to stream it on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to watch on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch on Facebook, either on my page or on the UK or the US pages. Joe's going to be monitoring all the comments. I'm going to be doing loads of demonstrations in a masterclass just with our Christmas compendium. You've got an hour to go and get yourself either a bit of breakfast or a bit of lunch or a bit of tea, depending on where you're watching. And we'll see you. I'll see you back here in an hour. If you've got any special requests, now's your time to get them in. And if you've been making anything already with your Christmas compendium, get them emailed to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we will feature some of your makes in our show. That would be lovely, wouldn't it, Joe?
That'd be absolutely brilliant. I'll be here with Sara for the hour as well, having a little bit of a natter and a gossip with you guys, which I think is the bit I do best, to be honest. So yes, we're going to grab some lunch, grab some breakfast if you're across in the US, and we'll see you back over on the Crafters Crafters Companion UK and US pages, or Sara's Facebook page in an hour's time. If I don't see you there, I'll see you back here tonight. Tonight 4 p.m. here in the UK, which of course 11 a.m. on the East Coast, 8 a.m. on the West Coast. I'll be up with Craig. We'll be together for our Creative Craving show, which is always a whole heap of fun. And remember, there's that brand new launch tomorrow morning with myself and Leanne as well. Loads of things on the way this week here on Crafters TV. Take care. See you back here in an hour. Take care.